Welcome to Professional Training Academy. And in this video we will learn Power BI.
What is Power BI? Why should we learn Power BI? Then what are the different features of Power BI and different Power BI components, like in Power BI, like what are the different components in it? Then getting started with Power BI, and then we'll go for a hands-on project. And then like what are the best practices when we are doing a project in a Power BI, and then we would conclude the session. Okay, then what is Power BI basically? So Power BI is basically a visualization tool. Like as we know, most of the companies are data driven now. Like all the important decisions are based on the data. So basically, when we talk about data, uh, like when we talk about data, our first thing comes is like tables, not the charts, right? So for making a good decision, we a person who is not able to like I'm sorry, a person who is not very technically sound, he can't read the tables and take decisions, right? He need a visualization tool to take decisions. Like if like Al- Ali told, right, he is working in oil and gas sector. So to visualize like oil prices, like if it is going high or low, we need a visualization tool. Like getting the data from a table would be a very tedious task. So we for that we need a Power BI tool. So that's why Power BI is a business analytics service that provides interactive visualization and business intelligence capabilities with an interference of simple enough for end users. End users means the people who don't have that much technical knowledge and want to make decision out of our visualizations. And it helps us to also create reports and dashboards. So any doubts till here? Like why, what is Power BI, and why we should like make why we should go from table to visualization and those things. Any questions regarding that? Anyone?
No,
No
it's
question.
clear.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Then then we come to why Power BI. Then what is the need basically of learning Power BI, right? So before we describe this part, I want to take you to the Google Trends, right? So let's search about like Power BI, like Power BI term. And we'll take like in last 5 years how this term has emerged, right? So as you can see, from last 5 years, from 2018 to 2023, this term Power BI, this is like Google Trends is like how many people are searching for that particular term and how this technology is evolving with time. So as you can see here, the trends for the Power BI is increasingly high year on year. So basically, it's good time to learn Power BI. What I say. So one of the competitor of Power BI is Tableau, right? So we should also consider that as well. Like if there are two visualization tool, which one to learn, right? So here we can compare that. So let's compare Tableau and Power BI. So so basically here you can see this visualization tool is also increasing year on year, right? So basically we should uh, focus more on the like I mean like visualization tool is
Sorry to
increasing.
interrupt.
Visible now?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay, then I'm sorry, I'll do that again. So I'm sorry. So what I did was I'll remove this again. So basically I'll go to Google Trends again. So Google Trends is like it shows the how much people are interested in that specific domain. Or so here if I search Power BI, right? And if I search for last 5 years, so as you can see, is it visible now to everyone? Hello?
Yes, it is visible now.
Yeah, okay. So as you can see from last 5 years, this Power BI is an emerging technology, right? From 2018 to 2023. So this is the right time to learn that technology. So uh, so I also compared the other visualization tool, which is Tableau. So you can see like it is also, if I remove this, like it is means it hasn't declined, but it is like static over the time. So basically like all the visualization tool are in high demand in market. So basically it's a great time to learn like any data visualization tool, because most of the companies are data driven now, as I told earlier, and like most of the decisions depends on totally on data. So basically this is the right time to learn Power BI. So then it we can like say why Power BI. Power BI saves business time. First of all, instead of going through the all the tables and data, like you can visualize the data and like make decisions. So it saves a lot of business time by automating many of the manual processes involved in data analysis. So as I told you, it uh, like erases the manual process, tedious manual process, and making decision is easier. Power BI also allow us to focus on what really matters. So in data, you can find many other fields, right, which is not useful. So if you see a data of a superstore or a e-commerce website, the data of people like people age is matter, like depends on the people age. If the people age is less, they are more into electronics and those things, right? If the people age is more, they are more on things like m- medicines, which is, and more other stuffs which are, so there is a specific segment for each age, right? So that age data is relevant to us, and many other data like male male category buys a different kind of product, female category buys a different kind of product. So those are relevant data. And there are also some data which are irrelevant, like for example, if what is the previous product they have bought or something else. So there are many kinds of data, right? So some of the data like address data is not relevant to a e-commerce business, right? So the data which is relevant is like age, gender, and those things. So it depends on company which data is relevant and which data is not relevant. So according to a recent studies, company that uses Power BI report and an average savings of 50% time spent on reporting and analysis tasks. So basically Power BI is more easy to learn and like implement. So it basically it saves development time also, and also like if we are like if we want to make quick decisions around our businesses, so it saves that time also. So basically any questions around this?
No, I think you would give us the overview of difference between Tableau and Power BI later on.
Yeah. So basically Power BI features, when we talk about features, like it has a wide range of features, like it has many data sources through which we can connect. It has many different kinds of chart. So as you are talking about difference about Power BI and Tableau. So there are many kinds of chart which are available in Power BI, but when we talk about Tableau, like there are very less chart, and some of the charts which are very easy to implement in Power BI is very difficult to implement in Tableau. So that's why people are more like current business like are preferring more Power BI over Tableau, because like development time is less, and like you have more kind of visuals, and it is easy, it is very readable also. So these are the wide range of data sources through which we can connect our data through Power BI. So this makes it easy for business to consolidate all their data in one place and get comprehensive view of their operations. So now we are talking about like what are the different Power BI components which we have. Like, so basically we have three kinds of Power BI component. One is desktop, one is service, and one is like mobile app which we can use. So most of the development are done in the Power BI desktop. Then we have Power BI service. Power BI service is basically made to share your report or dashboard across like across companies, across people. So for sharing your report to various kind of stakeholders, Power BI service is made, and Power BI mobile is made for like we can use it easily, and um, it is very means it is very portable, right? If you don't have laptop, you can see your reports in the phone. So that's why they have built Power BI mobile. So here we learn about Power BI desktop. So Power BI desktop is a powerful data visualization and analysis tool that allows user to create interactive reports, dashboard, data models. It offers a wide range of features such as data shaping, modeling.
Sorry, Pawan, sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah,
guess like again we are facing the same problem. I mean, like it's the slide that it's the Power BI slide that we are seeing. Power BI
Power,
desktop.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
telling
yeah,
you.
sure. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so I'm explaining Power BI desktop. So basically, this is the whole feature of most of the development are done in Power BI desktop only. So we will make our project using Power BI desktop only. So while making the project, I'll like walk you through various kind of features and what are all there in the Power BI desktop. So any questions still here?
Yes,
Yeah,
Pawan, when you say Power BI, we do development
yeah,
in Power BI desktop.
yeah.
What does it include? Development means what? Is there any coding on backend that we have to do to
No, no.
generate
By
reports?
development, I mean like you have the data, you can fetch it through. In development, Power BI means like making visuals, right? So if you talk about Power BI is basically made for non-coders, like who don't know that much coding, they can also build visuals. But if you know coding, it is like added advantage to your skill. You can in Power BI also you can code in Python and R. So if you want like there is very little need of coding in Power BI. Most of the things are like you can easily make it without like having coding knowledge. So development basically means like building up the visual like different visuals in the Power BI. So by that like development
Okay,
means that one.
okay.
Any other questions?
No
Yeah,
questions, please.
and yes, one
Yeah,
question here.
yeah,
It's a general term, analytics.
yeah.
I'm interested what it all includes. What is analytics? What it includes? What are different like features, and like if there is any categorization in analytics, this is one type of analytics, this is another type of analytics. Because it's a very broad term. So
Yeah.
what includes into analytics?
So basically in the layman term, if I explain, if I tell you like number 23, so it won't make sense to you, right? If I say like Rahul age is 23, then it would make sense to you. Then I say like Rohan age is 35, So then you do your analysis like Rahul is younger than Rohan because his age is 23 and 35. I'm telling you like in the layman term. So analytics involve like different kinds of computation and calculation which you do on the data. So in the terms of like how complex your analysis is, you are like analytics is like basic analytics, intermediate, or advanced level analytics. So basically like analyzing your data to get the results, so that by that it is like analytics.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, I'll proceed. So Power BI service, as I told you, right, it is made for sharing. So here you can see Power BI service is a cloud-based platform that allows users to share, collaborate, and access Power BI content from anywhere. It is essential component in the Power BI ecosystem as it enables organization to securely share reports and dashboard with stakeholders without requiring them to have Power BI desktop installed, right? So, for example, if you are a Power BI developer, right? So you can install Power BI desktop to develop things, but the people who are seeing your reports, they do not have to install Power BI desktop to see your reports. They can just have Power BI service. It is like they don't have to install it as well, because this is a cloud-based service. You can provide the link of your report and they can easily open it. So that's why they have built Power BI service, so that the people who want to see the reports, like the people for whom you are making the reports, don't have to install that Power BI desktop to see the reports, right? They just have to go to the Power BI service and they can see the reports, right? So that's why Power BI service is made. The next component of Power BI is Power BI mobile application. So Power BI mobile is a crucial component of the Power BI ecosystem, providing user with the ability to access their data and reports on the go. Like if you don't have the laptop and the report is very essential for your company, for your organization, and you have to make a quick decision, so that's where like Power BI mobile plays a very essential role. So with mobile accessibility becoming increasingly important in today's fast-paced world, Power BI mobile allows user to stay connected and informed no matter where they are. So till here, any doubts, anything?
Can you tell more about Power BI services?
Power BI service.
Yeah.
So basically Power BI service, when we talk about it, is basically like we cannot access it now because this is like organizational based, because once you have an organizational account, you can access this. But currently, as of now, I can tell you like this is made just for stakeholders, right? This is not for, this is a place where developers share their work with the stakeholders. So you can make a report, upload it to the Power BI service. The people who are seeing, people who are like the end users of your report could see the report there. So that's why the Power BI service is made. So you can't do much development work in the Power BI service. You can do the development work in the Power BI desktop. Then you can move your report to Power BI service. And from there, your stakeholders and the organization for which you are working would be able to see that reports. Is it clear or anything else?
Yeah, my question was like whether it has a separate license for BI service.
Yeah. Power BI service basically an organization acquire it. Like if you're working for some organization that would have the license for it, and then you can upload that thing there. So currently, like as an individual perspective, like you cannot access Power BI service. You can access it, but like you would need a license also. So like
Okay.
yeah, so Power BI service you will come across when you are working in the organization. But if you are an like individual developer developing something in your desktop, like you can't be able to upload in the Power BI service, right? Because you are not working for an organization. So when you work for an organization, they would give you access for this Power BI service and you can develop things there. I think develop things in the Power BI desktop and upload your reports to Power BI service. From there, like other stakeholders can see it.
So business analyst will develop it in Power BI desktop, and then he will upload it to Power BI service.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, I think no other questions. So let's move to like getting started with the Power BI desktop. Like to get started, like our first step would be to install the Power BI desktop app. So have you already installed, or should I show you like how to install it? Anyone?
Yes, we have installed.
All of you?
I'm installing right now. It is in process.
Okay. So basically, we would develop today. We would do development in the Power BI desktop. So basically, when you work for an organization, so you would develop the things in the Power BI desktop and then upload that to the Power BI service. So yeah. So hope others have installed it, or like it would take a little time for them to install.
Install it.
Okay. So let's like the person who is installing, like how much time it would take to like get installed.
No issues, we can proceed. Actually, it is taking removing some backup and state. It is already finished. Okay, I can launch it right now. No issues. You can proceed.
Okay. And I have shared a data file also. So
Yeah,
it
I
is
already downloaded that one.
okay. So others have downloaded that data file also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's move to let's see our final report which we have to build, so that it would be like we would have a direction where we have to go. So everybody can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it is taking a little time. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the final thing which we are going to build. So I'll just tell you, like walk you through around this report, so that actually we have a direction. So in real world also, like when you work for an organization as a Power BI developer, right? So they would give you a design like this in Figma or other things, like you have to build a report like this. So you have to go through the report and understand like what are the different visuals they are making. And so basically you need to first look at the visuals. So first step is like what are the different visuals and like what are the different requirements of data in that. So I think before that we have to go to the everyone has that data, right? The CSV file which I shared,
Yes.
this data. So this is the data. Sure, it's not opening properly. Okay, so this is the data. And okay, so basically our first task is to get familiar with data or getting friends with data. So before making the report, you have first thing is like this, you should have a Figma or a design what you have to make, and second thing is like getting familiar with the data. So first we would get familiar with the data and then we'll come to this design, right? So let's get familiar with the data. So this is a superstore data, right? Superstore data means like people are buying things here online, and this is the data around that. So here you can find many columns which are not useful and many columns which we are going to use in our reports. So first thing is order ID. So basically order ID is uh, a primary key. Primary key, that means like every order would have a unique order ID. So this is order ID here. And like if you also dig deeper, so you would find like CA would stand for Canada, US. So you have to get more familiar with the data. Like if you start, like if you sort this filter, right? So you can see here like which are the different order IDs available here. So if you search, like you would find like CA is there are only two, means the starting terms, like starting two letters of the order ID is only two types. One is CA, other is US. So you would see like CA would stand for Canada and US would stand for US, and 2020 2019 would stand for something like year, and then this would be an ID. So you have to get familiar with the data and make analysis over it. So the one of the most important skill of a Power BI is like uh, analysis in mind, like what are the different types of pattern which is available, and what are the different types of thing which is available, so that you can get more familiar with the data and understand data more better. So this is the order ID. So every order would have a unique order ID as well. Then this is order date. Order date stands for like when the order was made. And then there is a ship date. So ship date is like when the order was shipped. Then you can find these are the years, then these are the months when it was shipped. So you can do accordingly. So then there is ship mode. So you can see there are four types of ship mode available. Then there is a customer ID. Each customer would have an ID. So here you can find like duplicate values as well, because some customer would have ordered multiple times, right? So it could have, so if you select here one name, right, Aaron Bergman, so you can see it has a same customer ID. So our first task is to like get very familiar with the data. Then there is customer name. Think here it won't be a problem. Then there is a segment. What is the segment of the product which is, segment means like it is buying for the corporate use or home office. So there are, I think, three types of segment. One is consumer, other is corporate, other is home office. Then we have a country. So basically we have only have a one country, United States. Then this is the different cities from where customer might have ordered. So these are the different cities in the United States. Okay. Then you have a state, then you have a region, then this is a product ID. So each product would have an ID. So that is product ID. Then there is category, like which category the specific product belongs to. Then you have a subcategory, like under furniture, what is the category, right? So basically this is bookcase, and then it is product name, like what is the product name. where then there is like what is the sales, like how much money we earned by selling this product, and what are the quantity we have sold, like we have like order was made. Then we have profit, like how much profit was made. And then we have a column as returns. So in returns, you can see by clicking this drop down in all the columns, right? You can see like what are the different kinds of value available. So basically in returns column, you can see one and NA. So by this, you can assume like one means uh, the order was returned, and NA might means order was not returned, it was accepted. So we can do this like making this NA as 0 so that we can compute things easily, right? When you want to put in conditions, like you want to find how many orders were returned. So if you put this some condition on this column, it won't work because you have NA here, right? So NA won't is not a number, so it won't add up. So if you make this NA as 0 and then put the sum conditions here, you would get the total number of returns, right? Then you have a column as payment mode. So payment mode, so you can see here like what are the different kinds of payment mode here: card, COD, online.
Pawan, sorry to interrupt. Please
Yeah.
admit Kunal. Na?
Sorry. Okay. Is Kunal joined?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Kunal. So where were I when you left? So that I
I
can
think last 5 minutes.
So basically I was talking about getting familiar with data. So by here you can, if you have a data in Excel, right, it is very easy, like you can apply filter from here and see like what are the different kinds of value available and is it making sense to you or not, and what are the different logics which you can put here. So basically you are playing around this data, exploring the data, and what are the different kinds of data you have and what are the different kinds of like logics you can put into the data. So basically I was telling around this. So I was in this last column, so it was like it has different kinds of mode, right? Cards, COD, online. And there are two other columns which are not useful for us, so we will also remove these columns, right?
Yeah,
Any questions
yeah,
till now?
Pawan, can you explain regarding returns one more time so that Kunal can also get that, like, because he missed that, right?
Oh, yeah,
But
sure.
that is important right now.
Yeah. So Kunal, like see, in returns we have two kinds of value, one and NA. So if like your company wants, I want to see like how many returns were made. So you can put a some condition over here, but it won't work, right? Uh, because NA is not a number, so it won't add to one and show you the result. But if you can make this NA as 0 here, so like if you add this column, like all ones would add it and you would get the number of returns were made, right?
Okay.
I hope you understood, right? So
Yeah.
here NA would be not helpful for us. So and you can make that change because every development you do would cost something, right? If your company don't want to know how many returns were made, so there is no need to change this column, right? But if your company wants, like I want to know how many returns were made, so you can make this like you can make this NA as 0 and calculate the number of returns. Then there are other two columns which are having null values, right? So we don't need this column. Any questions regarding this data and like how we can explore and make logics? So basically you would get different kinds of data. So every logic around the data would be different and you have to analyze. So basically that is analytical skills, which I explained you. Like you have to put your brain in the data and see how we can fetch the results. Any questions?
In this data, we are having two unique values, right? One is the order ID and the second is the customer ID, right? Based on-
Customer ID is not unique.
Not
Order ID is unique because each customer ID is like linked with the customer. So one customer can buy many items, right? So
Yeah.
this would be duplicate. So see here, you can see duplicate values.
Yeah, but I'm seeing the same thing in the order ID also. The first three rows, it is already duplicated, right? So I was little confused. So what is the difference between order and customer, because
So
it is repeating?
I think there is something wrong then with this data because
Data.
order ID is like ID which is like
In a
specific
single order,
order.
there will be multiple items, right? So the below mentioned item may be different. Oh,
No,
so-
see here, like these are ordered on different dates, right?
okay.
So I think there is some issue with the data. So you would get a different incorrect data as well. So these all things basically in a real world scenario, right? So basically the most of the logics and analytics would be done like in our company, like company which I'm working in. The most of these kind of like data duplicacy and like data irregularities and like this is a very small data, right?
Yeah.
So most of the data cleaning and other complicated things are done in the backend in the sense like one is doing it with the Python in the backend and then uploading that data to a DB like SQL DB or Azure or in different kinds of cloud. So it is mostly clean data. So this is
Okay.
actually a raw data. If you go to a real world scenario, if this should go through a proper proper flow when a coder who is doing like data engineering part, he need to see like these data is repeating for different orders as well.
Okay.
So either he can talk to the stakeholders like, see, this is the problem with your data, like even on the different dates also it has having the same order ID. So basis on that decision they can make like they want to stick to this only or they want to change the order ID as well. So basis on like talking to the stakeholder, what should we do with that data, that Python developer or R developer does that changes. And mostly like you are a Power BI developer would get the mostly like clean data. So you
Okay.
don't have to worry about like many complicated calculations and transformations. You just have to see like the visual which you have to make, uh, you are getting that kind of data or not. Otherwise, if there are many complex changes, you can talk to the developer who is working at the backend, like these all things are irregular here, so you can do that in the backend and give me like little less complex data over here.
Okay. So if you find any irregular data or unclean data, we can
Yeah.
or if it is required to clean the data, so do we need the consent of the stakeholder before doing the cleaning on the data?
Yeah.
So,
Because like you don't know how it would impact that
yes,
thing, right?
understand. Yeah.
So if there is like little changes, you can do it in the Power BI, because if you do like large kind of computation and calculation in Power BI, right, your reports will open really slow. Like it would take around 15 to 20 minutes opening a
Understand.
single report. So it's better to do the all like complex calculations and computations in the backend, like a developer who is getting the data and cleaning it and transforming it, and you should get the data which is almost clean or like with little less irregularities.
Okay. So as per your suggestion, the data cleaning should be done in Python or R only, because
Yeah.
sometimes there will be many huge files in Excel.
Yeah.
In Excel, it will become very difficult to perform the cleaning process, right?
Yeah.
If it is a very big file. Understand.
Yeah.
Mm.
So here also, right, you can't query in Excel like many other things. Like here, it is visible to our eyes, then only we can see, right?
Yes.
If it won't be visible, like we won't perform that operation. So, and in Power BI also, you don't get that functionality to query the data, like use data and see the results, like if it is like data is good or not. So the best practice is to get the clean data from a Python developer or R developer, because most of the data processing is done using like Python or R. So basically, so I am in my company, in my project, I do both. Like I am also a Python developer and I also build the visualization in the front end. So basically, I do most of the complex calculation and computation in like backend, and like visualization, I tend to have very little less calculation and computation, so that it won't like report won't be that much heavy and it would get less time to load, right? Because if your stakeholder is like if your report is taking around 15 to 20 minutes to load, like your stakeholder would get frustrated, right?
Yes.
Like why it is taking so much time, they have to make decision around it. And this is like, this is batch data, means you are getting this data around a year or so and you are seeing this data in the front end, right? But when you talk about real time data like stock data or something which is changing every second, then you don't have to make the, if your report is like 15-20 minutes heavy, like decision would be hampered, right?
Yes. In that case, we use dashboards, right?
Yeah, dashboard. Yeah, dashboard we are using to build the reports, but I'm talking about the main complex calculation and computation should be made in the backend where Python and R is used, because uh, like we are developing Python and R in the Databricks. So Databricks has huge configurations of VM. So this calculation and computations are performed very quickly. So you don't have to wait for long to get the results. So that's why it is very easy to do there instead of Power BI.
So in R also we can perform visualization, or we use Power BI only to reflect that visualization for huge
I
data
did,
or for
yeah,
real-time data,
yeah.
as you said. So for
Yeah.
real-time data, we are using Power BI, or we are sticking to R and Python only for
No,
visualization.
so no, for R and for real-time data, right?
Yeah.
So your visualization would be done in the Power BI, but the calculation and computation would done in the backend.
Okay.
So you
Thank
would just get directly the data and you can see that data. You don't have to do much calculations in the Power BI.
Okay.
You would just make visuals on the top of that data.
So that will be reflecting on what do we call that, dashboard or something else we call
Yeah, dashboard.
dashboard only, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions regarding data? Like any columns or anything you haven't understood? Like some.
Can we take the first column as the unique one, row ID? No, right?
I think this is a unique column. Yeah, this
Yeah,
could be a
that is
unique column.
unique one.
Yeah. This is like we have provided each row with a number. So this is a
Yeah.
unique. Yeah.
Okay.
So should we go to the visual to understand what we have to make?
Yeah,
Everyone
but
clear?
okay, for okay, cleaning and all those things, Rupa already explained that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to ask one more thing, that
Yeah.
in case if we don't find any developer with Python and R skills,
Yeah. Yeah.
so with whom we can take help regarding this cleaning process? In case
So
if we don't
basically
find
it
any job.
depends on your data, right? If your data is very large,
Yeah.
and if it is not cleaned and very like other calculation and computation is required are on
Okay.
a very large scale, uh, you can do that using Power BI. Then as I told, like it would take a lot of time to reload your report and like see the
Yes.
report. So
Okay.
it is best practice is to have a developer. Otherwise it would like hamper, like it is hampering time, right? And time is money.
Yes.
So if you are late in some decision, it would cost, like if it is organization is very big, it would cost million and billions of dollar, right? So instead of losing money there, why can't we hire a developer using that money, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Good question.
So this is the dashboard we are going to make. So basically here in company also you would get a design like this, and you would have they would say like you have to build a dashboard like this, and you have given the data, right? So now you have to understand the design. So basically this is a sales dashboard. So basically you would get here the information about the sales thing here. So basically our first chart is sales by ship mode. So as we saw, like we had different kind of ship mode there, right? Standard class, second class, first class, and same day. So if I go to the data, I could show you again here. So this ship mode is the column.
Fifth column it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, ship mode. Yeah. So here you can see 4 columns, right? First class, same day, second class, standard class. So these are different kinds of priority customers. Like if your order is first class, you are getting in the like in fewer days, and depends on the class which you are ordering. So basically you have to make the sales data on that basis. So you have, I'll again go to the chart here. So basically it is giving information about the standard class, like how much sales we have made. So it is around 0.91 million, and second class is 0.31 million, first class is 0.24, and same day is 0.1. So are we clear with this visual? Like we are going to make it, but on the higher level, do you have understood this visual, right? How much sales are made in each of the individual ship modes?
Yes.
Okay. Then these are sales by category. So you have 3 categories here. So one is office supplies, other is technology, and furniture. So you should go to your data after seeing the design, right? So is it like, so if you go to the category, here it is the category. So here you can see like there are 3 different categories. So it is okay, we can build that. So there are 3 different categories and how individual category have performed. So office supplies have made the sales of 0.6 million, then technology has made sale of 0.4, and furniture has made 0.45 million. So I think this is also similar to this, just that our y-axis columns are changing here. Like instead of ship mode, we are dividing it by category. So according to this sales by subcategories, right? So here you can see there are 3 different subcategories. So let's go to our data and see like do we have this data or not. So here we have in subcategory we have others subcategory as well, but here we are showing only 3, right? Phones, chairs, and binders. So basically what they want to see is they don't want to see all the subcategories, right? They only want to see here the top 3 subcategories, like the subcategories which have performed, which are there in the top 3. So here the phone, chairs, and binders are in the top 3. So we would make this a visual according. So then there is a sum of sales by the region. How much sales south region has made, how much sales west region has made, how much sales central and east. So this is like different region how much sales they have made, and like this is chart how much like in each year, like how was the sales in the each individual month for the 2 different years. One is 2019, another is 2020. So in January it was like uh 54,000 for 2020 and 18,000 for 2019. So accordingly, here we can see different months data. So this was the sales, and this is like profit for that. Like how in each month, how much profit was made for 2019 and 2020. So till here, everyone has understood. Like we are going to make these charts, and it would be like, if you have the higher level idea, it would be more like understandable. So I'm giving you just the higher level idea. So it is like you are getting that higher level.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then here you can see region, right? So so if you see here like central,
Actually,
Your
I'm unable
screen
to
is
see.
not
Yeah,
visible,
visible.
Pawan.
Yeah.
Please share the screen.
oh, I'm sorry. It is visible now. Like
Yes.
okay. So this is the region tab, right? So they want us to make a region tab like this. Now see what happens when I click central. So what has happened, like it is only showing the data which is related to the central region. So I'll show you again. Like this is what the simple dashboard look like. But when I click on the central, right, it is showing the states from the central and how much, like these are the central states of US. So if you hover on these bubbles, right, so you can see North Dakota having the sum of sales as 1952, and these are the different states over here, and these all our data are also related to the central. In central, how much standard class sales were made, how much second class sales were made, how much office supply category was, like order was made, how much years sales were made, how much binders and phones. So and how much total returns was made in that central region, how much average delivery days was there for that region. Now if I go to east, right, so this would jump to the east region of US, and all the data which is related here would be related to the east region now. Similar for south. If I go to south, it is showing the data for south, and these all data are related to south now. Now if I try to click west, so it is going to the west region and showing like as we can see, like west is I think west is having the highest amount of returns, and like these are the different data which is related to west. So now if you have selected something and if you click on again, it would like all regions data would be shown. So hope you understood, right? On the higher level what the
Yes.
report is giving, like what information. So do you find this report helpful for a company, or like what other things you want to add? Like when you are Power BI developer, right, if you have given a report, you can also pitch in like your idea, like this information would be helpful for the company, and so people are very welcoming to that idea. Like uh, you can say like this is not very much useful to the company, this like this visual, we can change it with the other visual. So they are very welcoming to the ideas which you give. So you should have an open mind and also analyze logically like which all things are useful and which are not. So I hope you understood all the visuals here, right? Like this is a total returns visual, like how much total returns were made, and this is like average delivery days.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's jump to our practical session then. So I'll open Power BI. Open the new one. So you all can open your Power BI now, desktop. So is this screen is visible to all, like in your everyone's Power BI?
Yes.
Everyone is with me?
Yes, from my side.
Okay. And others? Am I audible or
Yeah, we are.
okay? So everyone has come to this page, right? And everyone has the data.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start. So basically, Power BI here, when you start working with Power BI, right? So first thing is to get your data. If you don't have the data, like you can't build the report, right? So the first and foremost thing, you should have the data. So to get the data, you have to click here, get data, right? So now you have to see like from where I have to pull the data. So there are many different ways of pulling the data, as we also saw in the PPT, right? So here are some of the ways, and if you click on more, right? So there are several like sources where we can pull the data. So basically, where I am working, like we are working with Azure. So we are pulling the data using Azure, but currently we have data in CSV. So we can work on that. So it is not very difficult to connect with any source. You can connect it with any source and you can like create a visual around it. So these are basically like there are more than I think there are more than 80 plus sources where you can connect the data. So that's and coming to your question again, like the difference between Power BI and Tableau, like Tableau does not provide these kind of features. Like here you can see wide range of data connectors, right? But in Tableau you won't see that. So our as you have seen, like our data is CSV, right? So you can click
Yes.
here CSV and you can connect. So you can browse through your desktop folders and see like where you have stored this file, right? And select this file and click on open. So everyone is with me till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see three options, right? Load, transform, cancel. So basically load means you have to do load when you are very confirmed, like your data is clean and you don't have to perform any kind of operation. Then you load the data directly. But when you have a like thing like you don't have you have irregularities in your data and your data is not super clean, so you have to go to transform data, and this cancel is like canceling the process. So we will go to transform data. So as you can see, a new uh, window appeared, right? Everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So basically this window is Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor we use to like do operations on data like cleaning, adding columns, subtracting columns, removing the duplicate values, and other kind of operation which you can see like here transform. You can have many other kind of operations, like you can run R script, you can run Python script. So here like machines are not very powerful, so you can't run like very complex Python scripts here. You can run a small simple scripts, but you can't run huge scripts here. Then you have add column here, where you can add column based on conditions. We would be adding a column, then you would be able to see. And then you have a view. So in view, you can see if I click here, right, column quality. So it would give you a higher level idea like which columns are having error, which columns are having empty value. So if you scroll through, like most of the columns are valid 100% and error percentage is very less, right? So it gives you a very higher level idea of your data. So here you can see for these two columns, empty percent is 100 and valid percent is 0, right? So you know now like these columns are having some issues, right? So in the view tab, you would get a higher level idea. So if you want, you can make a small note of it also, like somewhere if you are having a pen or a copy, like which all things can give me a higher level idea, because it saves time, right? If you don't have to go and check like which all columns are having empty, if it is showing empty 0%. So these small things could save time in your development process, right? So now you can uncheck this, like after having the idea like which all have. So now we have like I'll enlarge the screen. uh, Now we will come to that returns column, right? So now this column, as we told earlier, we need to change this NA to 0. So everyone is with me, right?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you do a right click on this column, right, you would get an option like replace values. Is everyone getting that option?
Replace values. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you click on that, again a dialog box will appear where you can, in the first space, you can write like which value you want to replace. Like R would be /NA, right? And with which thing we want to replace. We want to replace it with 0. So if you click on OK here, this would automatically get replaced with 0. So if you check now, this is showing half of the data, as data is very large. You can load more and see like you have now two values, 0 and 1. Everyone?
I'm not getting one value. Everything has turned to 0.
No, like click on the load
Yeah.
more button.
Load more.
Yeah. Like here, if you see,
yeah.
you have a
Now I got it. 0 1.
Okay.
Okay.
load more button, right?
Yeah.
So it is not
Yeah.
showing you all the data, as data is very huge, right?
Yeah.
So
Got
here
it.
it is exclamation mark, also list may be incomplete. So you have to click on load more. So you
Okay,
can
now
see
it is.
0 now.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what else we want? We want these columns are not useful, right? So we can remove this. So you can also right click on this and click on remove. Then right click on this and click on remove. So everyone is with me till here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you saw in our dashboard, right? In the final result, there was also means data regarding return days, right? Average return days. Sorry, average delivery days data.
Yes.
Like how much time it has took for delivery, right?
Yes.
Everyone saw that, or I think I need to
Yes.
go back.
Yes. It was at the end of the dashboard.
Yeah, average delivery days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But here you see you don't have that data, right? Order ID, ship date, ship mode, consumer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, state, product ID, category, subcategory, product name. This is sales data and quantity, profit returns. So anyone have idea like how can we calculate that thing? Like how delivery days would we should calculate that?
Yeah. Like there is shipping date,
Yeah,
and I think there is order date and ship date.
yeah,
From that, I think we can get the average shipping days.
yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Yeah, you are right. Basically, our ship date days would be ship date. Our shipping days would be ship date minus order date, right? Because the this difference would give us the number of days the order has taken to ship, right? So basically, here we need to add a column days for delivery. So to add that column, here we have to go to add column. Okay. Now here there are three options. Column from examples, like you would get like examples. Uh, like there are some examples here. Here are custom columns which we want. So here if you click custom columns, right? So you have first here you have to name that column days for delivery. Everyone is with me here till here. You have to go to add column, then custom columns. Hello.
Yes, only the like a small doubt. There is
Yeah.
ship date and order date.
Yeah.
So it will be like number of days for required for shipping,
Yeah.
not for delivery.
No, no. Ship date is the date which we order was delivered in this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone is with me, right?
So the name that you have given days for delivery, there is no blank space. So is it a standard way of giving names to column?
Yeah. Everywhere if you give the columns name, like Power BI allows spaces, right? But whenever you are working with the data, right, the best practice is to give the column name without spaces.
Okay.
Like yeah. But Power BI allows spaces as well. But it is best practice to don't have that space. So so here we have to subtract ship date. Here you can click on the ship date and then click on the insert. Then put a minus sign here and then click on the order date and then click on the insert. So everyone is with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can click on this OK. So here you got a days of delivery in different format, right? You wanted it in integer, but it got in something similar to a timestamp. So now what you have to do is like you need to change the data type of this column, right?
I'm
Uh,
getting error.
You are getting an
Same,
error.
I'm also getting error.
Okay, I'll do that again. Okay. So here, click on the custom column. Days for delivery. Okay. Then click on this ship date. Then click on this insert. Then put a minus sign. Then click on this order date. Then insert. Then click on OK. Now also getting error.
Order date. Okay. Yeah. We're getting the error. Me.
Like what the error says.
It's showing only error within the entries for the column.
I mean, like you are not able to click OK or what?
No, I have done that.
Coming
Yeah.
an ERR error
Error.
instead of numerical number.
Yeah, I'm getting error.
Okay. Then select that column in which you have ERR.
Yes.
Have you selected it?
Yeah.
And go to home.
Go to home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then go to data type. Here you can see data type. After split column group by.
Yeah.
Then
Data
you
type.
have, yeah. Then click on whole number.
Whole number. Still it is showing error.
Same error.
Can you show us formula again? What you have used? You have, I think you have used equal to, then
Okay, I'll remove this column again. Okay, I've removed that column. I'll again go to transform. Sorry, add column. Custom data, a custom column. Then I'm adding days of delivery. And here after equal to, I'm putting the ship date
I have done that.
minus putting the order date. What it is saying, no, for me it is like no syntax error have been detected.
Okay. Let me try again. Add column. So date insert minus order date insert. No syntax error have been detected.
And then click on OK.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but still it is showing error.
I got the values.
Okay.
What I did, I just changed the format of the order date and ship date to date only. That was showing in text. Then I again added a new column. In that one,
Okay.
I run the same query. Then it is showing me the results.
Okay, so order date is in text.
Yeah, it is as per my file. It is showing in it. The same thing. Go to click the column and go to home button. There you can find the data type, right?
Okay.
So it
You
will show
have
it
to
there.
change the data type. I think for me it was already in date.
Yeah,
it
it is
was in
data
date.
type is showing as text. So I
Yeah.
need to change it to date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
here you can change that to date.
Ship date. Yeah. Okay. Some issue.
Add one more time, custom column, add column one more time.
When I'm trying to change the data type of order date and ship date, some of the data is not changing. Some data has changed to date type, but other data means there are a lot of rows where it is showing error.
Are you selecting single row or
No, I'm
whole
selecting
column?
entire
Whole column,
entire column. And then I'm changing to date. Yes, still the same thing. Okay. Change now. Yeah, I think we must proceed.
Okay then. I think by this you won't be able to make that last visual only. Rest you can make, right? But I think you have to change this to date data type before we proceed. So I think here, right, you can change it from here. Like click on this and go to data type and change
Yeah,
it
I've
to.
changed that, but what happened that like all the data has not changed to date type. Some of the data within that column is showing error, similar to the
Okay,
ship date.
I'm also facing the same thing, but at least I got the result. So can you please add one more column to that? You already got some results, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm also facing the same issue here. Some of rows I got the result, but the remaining it is still showing the error. Data format error. We couldn't parse the input provided as a date value.
Like you are getting like your date is different or same, like format, like it is for here it is I think DDMM, then
Yeah,
YYY.
DDMM year, right? But I think instead of slash, it has just hyphen is there mentioned. I think.
Uh, could you try importing the file once again? Like if I mean, like I can show you. Like you can open the Power BI again and try to import that file if possible.
Okay. Okay.
Others have got or they are still trying.
Same issues.
Uh,
Same issue. You want a screenshot of this one or? Understand?
yeah, if you can share your screen or something, which
Okay.
I can see.
I'll, in chat, I have already posted. Can you please check?
Mm.
In ship date, we are receiving there.
Is it same file which I have shared? Because in
Yeah,
there we
same
have-
file, because we both are getting the same issue, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we did not open that one before, after downloading, we have opened that one in the Power
Okay.
BI desktop only.
Okay. Mhm. Can I share
Can
that
you-
file again and
Can
you
you
can
please
try
scroll
with?
down in your file also? Can you please scroll down a little bit so that
Yeah, sure.
maybe you're also facing the same issue as well? No, for you it is clear, I think. It's just-
I think I'll share that file again with you all and try with that. Like, what is the percentage error there? Like, if you check, I think it is.
It is showing 0.
I'm not sure. Like, why are you getting this error?
Okay, can we take a 10 minutes break, Paul?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
so I'm removing this file from here again and I'll do the same operations again, right? So here I'm going to get data. Then I'm clicking on text or CSV. Then I'm going to this data. So while you open in the Excel, like, does your date format is here in hyphen or in like backslash? Hello.
Yeah, it is backslash.
Not hyphen.
No.
Okay. Then I think so. Then go to transform. Replace here hyphen with backslash. Hmm. Okay, we will see this thing later. Currently, I'll remove this columns, these columns, and I think we need that date thing in the days of delivery column. So we will see that thing later. Now till here we are on the same page, right? Like I need to change this one. Till here we have, I'm not creating that column, delivery days, and for rest we are clear, right? Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here, as you can see, this column is also in text type. So you can convert this to a whole number. So for calculation, it would be easier. So, so only these order date, ship date, and I think that days of delivery we won't be able to create the chart, and rest chart we would able to create it. Okay. So after doing these all operations, so here you can see list of the operations here. Like promoted as header means like your data's first column was taken as header. So then these two steps are done by Power BI automatically, like change type. So it has automatically changed the type for your data. So the steps which we perform are listed here. Then we have removed the columns, like those two columns, last columns, which we have removed here. Then we have replaced the value like this one. And then we have changed the type of this uh, column. So if you like afterward, if you think like this was not required, we are not performing this step. So you can click on this cross. So you can see like it has changed back to text, but we want this in the whole number. So here are the list of the operation. So whenever your source data comes, like these all operations, it would go through. Like next time we upload the data, right? You want to refresh your visual, so you would upload your data again. So it would go through these sequence. Like your headers would be promoted, like your first row would become headers. Then change the type. Then it would automatically detect the type for the each column and it would change that type. Then we have to remove the columns, right? So it has removed the columns, then we have replaced the value here, and then we have changed the type. So it is clear till here. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, then we click on close and apply. So it is very important step, like if you don't click close and apply, your changes wouldn't be saved. So here it is refreshing your data based on the steps you have performed. So everyone is here, like in this interface. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, we reached.
Okay. So here you see three types of view, right? One is report view. Here we create visual. The second one is data view. So data view where your data is there. Okay. So I think here if you try to change the data type over here, like if you can. Are you able to change it, or like it is having the same issue?
No, here it is showing as same like hyphen 15-101-2019. It is in that format.
So it is showing any error?
No,
No, it is not showing any error. Okay. Then let's go to the report. We will come back again to that days of delivery, right? Now let's start building visuals. So here you can see there are different types of charts, right? The first one is stacked bar chart, then stacked column chart, then clustered column chart. So there are different kinds of charts. So in most of the cases, right, we use the top this 6 charts, and like it basically based on the requirement, but most commonly used charts are like these top 6, this pie chart and map, like which we commonly use in our day-to-day uh, like scenario. So basically, let's go to our design. Like first we have to build this chart, right? Sales by ship mode. So let's go to our design. So here it is stacked bar chart. Okay, you click on this stacked bar chart. Then for the y-axis, like have you seen this drop down? Like it is coming for you, like everyone. Hello.
uh, mm, yeah, it is coming.
Okay. So basically, first of all, like there are 3 panes, right? One is this is the data one, this is the visualization, and this is the filter. So in data, we have to choose the data on which we have to build the chart. In visualization, we basically choose the chart on which we want to show our data. And third is the filter. If we want to any put filters of any data, like we want to show only the products which are having sales more than 5,000 or something, like putting the filters on the data. And here in visualization we create the chart and like do the designing thing, and here we choose the data. So are we clear on these things?
Yes.
Okay, then we have selected this one. So our first was ship mode. So I think ship mode, category, city, order, product ID, profit. Here is a ship mode. So we drag the ship mode and put it into the y-axis. So basically our vertical is y-axis and horizontal is x-axis. So now it is not showing any chart, right? Because it only has ship mode data. But what it has to show, like it has to show profit according to each ship mode, it has to show the sales according to each ship mode. Our
Yes.
chart doesn't know it, right? Now it has only data, like we have 4 kind of ship mode. We have put that data. So to see a chart, we need to put a value on which we have to see the different ship modes. So we put sales here. Uh, does everyone can see this data?
Yes.
Okay. So now it comes to designing purpose. Like this is not looking nice, right? We need to put some design on it, like as it's shown here. We can make a different color scheme based on, like I would encourage, like everyone should have a different colors, like everyone dashboard shouldn't look the same. So you can do, first of all we will give the background to our whole page, right? So click on anywhere on the page, right? Instead of chart, click on anywhere on the page, right? uh, then go to visualization. Then you can come to wallpaper. Is everyone with me? Like, so here you can choose any color for your wall, means background, right? So if you like some colors over here, or you can go to more colors. So I'll choose dark green for me. I would encourage like everyone should choose a different color so that others dashboard should look unique. Uh, everyone has set the background color.
Yes, I had done. Kunal, I don't know.
Hi Kunal. Okay, let's proceed then. So we have styled the background. Now we want to have some styling on the chart also. So for styling the chart, you have to first click on that chart and then go to format your visuals. Okay, so basically here add data to your visual. It has two segments, right? Your visualization. Add data to your visual means here you can choose your chart and put the data on which you want to put the visuals. So for putting the data, you can just drag and drop.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
then you can go to format your visuals. Now there are in formatting visuals also there are two segments. One is visual, one is general. In visual, like you get the color and other stylings as well. If you go to general now, you have properties. Properties is like height and width of your chart. So if you are satisfied with the height and width, or you can change it from here. If you want to change the height, right, it is changing the height. Okay, so this is for size. Then there is position, like if you want to move here and there, instead of doing it from here, like you can do it from here, like positioning and sizing from here. I won't prefer like doing from here. Then you have a title. So title is sum of sales by ship mode. So you can also do like sales by ship mode instead of using sum, because it would make more sense like sales by ship mode. So you can edit that title from here. Uh, is everyone with me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then here is horizontal alignment. So you can, it is left aligned, right? So you can do a central alignment here. So these are our subtitles. We don't want it. Divider, spacing. I think spacing is fine. So you can play around with these other format things, right? But effects, let's go to effects. So in effects, right, you can choose the background for this chart. So here I don't want any background actually. So if you choose green over here, right? So our background got erased, or like if I choose a different color, I'll show. So if you choose blue and then do a 100% transparency, your background color would disappear. Okay. So basically the general thing is like general with like which is common with the whole entire chart. Okay. Now if you go to visual border, I would on this and put a green border to my visual. if you now remove this, you can see a green border, right? Now it is not looking good, but like with time, I would choose again the chart. So basically, you got the idea of effects, right? It would change the background and then visual border. Then if you want to add shadow also, right? So you can add that shadow. So it is showing a like 3D look. It has given a 3D look to your visual. So based on the requirement, right, you can add those things. So I'm showing you just the different option. Tooltip is like here, if you hover, right, you can see the data like ship mode standard class and some of sales it is giving, like how much sales it was made. So if you turn off this, then it would, if you hover, it won't show you the data. So it's always recommended to turn on this tooltips. So now it is showing you the data, right? These are the basically options in general. Now if you go to visual, y-axis, right, we aren't able to see what is written here clearly. So if we change this to white, so now it is more visible, right?
Yes.
Then title we don't want to see. Then if you go to x-axis, also we are doing the same thing here. We don't want title here. Then these are the values and x-axis values. Think it is fine. Grid lines, these are the grid lines, like these dotted lines. So it is also like it depends on upon your liking or the requirements, like what kind of design you want and whatnot. So I'm turning it here off, like, then I think this should also be white here. So I'm going again to general and then title, right? I'm changing here to white. This is the background, this is the visual. Bars. So here we can change in the visual, you can go to bars and change the color of this. So I want to change it to everyone is like with me or like any issues.
Following.
No issue.
So here you can see the different ship modes, right? So everyone has built this chart, right?
Yes.
Okay. So our first chart is made, which is sales by ship mode. I think our next chart is sales by category. So basically sales by category, you go right. Sales by category is basically the same chart. just that here y-axis would change to category. So a simple method or a easy way to doing it is like you can just do a copy paste here. So click on this chart so that it has got these orders, and do a CTRL C, then CTRL V, and put the chart over here. Then means we need this. Have you done this?
Yes.
Okay. Now here just we have to change the y-axis. Okay. So instead of having the ship mode, we can click on, we can drag and drop the category. Everyone is with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you see like everything is fine, but just the title is also same. So we don't want the title to be same. So we can go to format your visuals. I mean, first select your chart, then go to format your visuals. Then you can go to general, then click on title. Then you can write like sales by category. Is it fine for everyone? Everyone did it? Hello.
No, I didn't do it. I just came back when because the report was going on. I don't know how to do it right now. I will do it. I can't just button it.
I'm not able to hear you clearly. Could you come again?
I said I have not done it right now because I was late to join after break. So I will do it later on, just after completion of session. And I'm
Okay.
following what you are doing right now.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a note of it.
Yeah.
And others, have you done till here?
Yes.
Okay. Then our next chart is sales by subcategory. So I want you all to do it like it is in similar way, but just that we have a twist here, but I'll tell you again. But you can do like here, same thing, copy paste. Then instead of category, you can put the subcategory there. Just select this, copy paste. Then instead of y-axis, put a subcategory. Do it and let me know if you have.
Yeah, done.
Okay. So if you did it like you won't be getting only three, you are getting all the subcategories, right? Like
Yes.
here we have only three, right? But
Phones.
you
Yes.
would be getting all the subcategories there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if I do the same thing right here, instead of category, if I put subcategory here, I'm getting all the things which I don't want. I only want the top 3 performing subcategories, right? So now the filter role has come. So now we have to use the filter to see which top 3 categories are there, and we have to show that. So if you go to subcategory, right? So now if you click on basic filtering, we have to go to advanced filter, advanced or top N. So you can click on top N. So we want to see top 3. In your case, make it 4 or make it 5, based on, like, I don't want every dashboard to be similar, so you can make your some little bit changes in your dashboard as well. So now if you see, we want top 3. Now it is asking based on which thing. We have said like we want phone, chairs, binders, top 3. Now it is asking based on which thing: sales, profit, number of items which have sold. So we want based on number of sales. So you can take the sales from here and put it over here. Now click on apply filter. Is it clear for everyone, or should I repeat it?
Clear.
Okay. I have to do, I think, little adjustment over here. Okay, everyone is with me till here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now our next chart is, we call this as donut chart. Okay. Now this chart, what it indicates, it is showing like, I think for here I missed something. So let me go back here. So here you can see we have values written on the either on the top of the bar chart or like inside it, right? So a person, like, if he is not hovering around, he would get the idea like how much this bar chart is indicating, right? So for that, what we can do, we can click on this chart and go to visuals again and turn on this data label. Is everyone with me? Like, we have to turn on this data label and I think background. Now you can do that same thing, like if you click here and just click on the format painter. So if you go here and paste here also you can see that data label is coming, right? And here also click here, then click on format painter, then click here. So this was a small thing, so you can do the changes here, but in like if you have done some large like visual changes and if you want to copy to the other charts, it's better like if you click here and then go to format painter and paste the format to other charts as well. So
That numbers few has come in the bar and few has come on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is because because of spacing. Like if I change it here, uh, but this is automatically done by Power BI. Like if I stretch this one, like it is coming outside, right? But if I stretch it over here, it is coming inside, then it is also coming out. So based on the spacing, it is done right. So if I stretch this, so now see here, it is coming outside, right? So based on the spacing, like where we are doing it and the numbers which are there, it basically comes outside or the inside. So position, we can change it to inside, like for all the charts. If I change it here, so here also, and if I copy this format, and so now you can see all the values are coming inside, right?
Yes.
So what I've done is like I've gone to this data labels again, and in position I have selected inside end. Hope you got it right.
Inside. Yes.
And you can copy the same format to other charts as well if you want. Everyone is clear till here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now it's time for our next chart, which is our donut chart. So let's go to our donut chart. So here you can see a donut chart. So just click on this. Now in this chart, we want data of region and sales, like which region has performed what in terms of sales. So here you can see legends, then to legends, we have in legends you have to put the different segments. Here the different segment is region. So you can see region, but you don't know like which data you have to show, like profit from each region, sales from each region, quantity from each region. So we want to have, this is a sales dashboard, so we want to show sales, right? So this is our, so I don't want to do all the formatting again, so I'll just copy this and paste it here. Okay, so now what all things we have to do is, first thing is we need to format these data because uh, so I don't want it detail labels, right? So first thing is I want to change the color first of all. I mean, let me iterate through again. So in visual tab, you have to go to detail labels. Are you there? Like, hello.
This is
Okay. Then in detail labels, like change the color to white so that it is easily visible with our background. Then we have other options. So here, based on a requirement, we need to show, like here we are showing what all we are showing here. Here we are showing region and the value, not the percentage, right? So they don't want to see percentage, but here we are having the percentage. So what you can do, go to detail labels, then go to options, then go to label contents. In label contents, you can choose, like there are different options, only the data value, percentage of the value, category and the data value which we want, then category and percent of the total, data value, percent of the total, all details label. So we want this. So we will switch to this. Okay. Are you with me, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So we are detail labels. So now you can see like you are having the data, like you, from seeing this chart, you are knowing like this data is from south, this data is from central, east, west, right? So we don't want this thing, right? Because it is automatically specifying like this purple is for west. So do you think we need this data to
No.
specify the
Right.
color? No, right? So just you can switch off this legend.
Yes.
So are we clear till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now our next task is showing this chart. This chart is little tricky, but what it want to specify is like they want to see 2019 2020 data here based on each month, like how each year has performed across different months. The first one is with sales and the next one is with the profit. So hope you understood this chart, right? This is like across year what it has performed in each year. They want to compare both the years. Okay.
Yes.
So now we need to have a stacked just the area chart, not the stack. So first we can, what we can do, we can paste the same format here. Then and click on this chart. Then on the x-axis, you can have the, I think, order date. So order date. Yeah, here we have our order date. So this is having a date. I hope like you are seeing this calendar like thing in front of order date.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay. I think then you can do this operation. So we have put this order date here. Then our first is to compare with the sales. So in our y-axis, it would be having sales. So by this, like what it is doing, I'm explaining you, right?
No, in my system, it is not showing the calendar symbol over there in front of order date.
Uh, uh, so you can go to this data view and like try this and click on this data type as date.
It's text it is.
What?
No, it's showing text over there. So I need to make it as a
Date. Yeah. It is changing.
Yeah, it is changing.
Okay.
Now it has showing symbol.
Okay. So you can perform the same operation, choose this area chart, then in the axis put the order date, then in the y axis sum of sales.
But it is showing as a column chart.
Have you selected this area chart?
The chart selected.
Okay, I'm doing it again. Okay, so I'm selecting this area chart. Okay, then in the x-axis I am putting this order date here. Then in the y-axis I am putting the sales. So you are getting this type of chart.
Same, it is columns.
Column. Have you selected this chart?
Yeah, same chart, area chart selected.
So it is showing this kind of graph, or it is different for you?
Different graphication. Next.
Uh,
Same thing I have done.
select this area chart, then click on that chart and then click on area chart. Like click on that chart and click on area chart.
No, it is coming same thing.
Column chart.
Hmm.
Can you share the screenshot again?
I shared.
Okay, it's not a problem. It is still an area chart. I'll show you how to resolve it.
Okay.
Okay, now you can go to this x-axis and see like what it is showing in your x-axis. Like it is showing like year, quarter, month, day.
Year, quarter, month, and day. Correct.
Okay. I think cancel year, quarter, and day. Just put month over there. Like you can click on this cross and then put a cross on quarter and just have a month.
Okay.
So it is somewhat coming like this.
Yeah, similar, but not exact.
Yeah, I think it would be. Have you selected order date or ship date?
Order date is only 1 month.
Okay. So this is like, are you getting January, February, March, April?
Yes, I'm getting it.
Okay, then I think it is same. So now this data is like summation of all the years, right? But we want to see data of 2 different years.
Yes.
So basically, I'll explain this once again to the people. So basically, when we select this as order date, right, it comes with a hierarchy. Hierarchy means this order date has a day also. It has also a month, like some some of the day would be in a same month, right? So that number of days which are there in month, then some of the months would be there in quarter, like January, February, March are in the quarter one. Then some of the quarter, like 4 quarters, they are there in a year. So when we select an order date, by default it is showing on the year basis, right? So from 2019 it is summing up the 2019 value and then summing up the 2020 value. So you are only seeing two values, right? But if I cross this year, you would get to see four values. For quarter one, this is summing up for quarter one, for quarter two, for quarter three, for quarter four. Are you getting my point? Like everyone is understanding what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then if we cross on this quarter also, it would show the data according to each month. Like it is summing up the data of January 2019 and January 2020 because we are having only 2 years data, I think. That's why it is summing up. And what he was saying like is like kind of this is the like day on the day basis, like it is summing up like all the days of like the first of January, April to December of 2020, then first of uh, 2019. Every first of month it is summing up that data and showing it. So it is like day wise data for each first and for five, fifth, sixth, because a month has till 31, right? So it is showing till 31. So it is showing the sum of all 31 of a month. I hope you understood, right?
Yes.
So now we want to see only month wise data. So we can cross this year, then quarter. So here you are seeing month wise data. But this is the summation of 2020 and 2019, but we don't want to see the summation. So what we can do in the legend, right? Legend means like what are the different components of the data which you are showing. So here the different components were the regions. Now here we have to make a two different components of the data. Like one would be 2019 and one would be 2020. So again we have to select order date here in the legends, right? So now you are seeing something like this, right? But if you click on this date hierarchy, it would show you like year wise. Because earlier it was showing based on the like it was forming the two segment based on the date, but we don't want the on the date basis, we want it on the year basis. So I'll show you again. I'll cross this and put the order date again here in the legend. So here you can see in the order date you are getting what all you are getting. I can't show you all the legends here, but giving you the idea. So it is forming the legend based on the each date, like January 1, 2019, January 2, 2019. So it would be having 365 into two kind of legends, but we don't want that many legends. We just want the legend to be here. So if you click on date hierarchy, it would change here to be here. Uh, hope you got it right, everyone.
Yes.
So here we see like if we have data labels, it is like little clumsy, right? It is not like it is not good. So for designing purpose, like here we have chosen the data which we want to see. Now we have to go to the design. So for here we choose the data, here we choose the design. So let's go to design. Let's off this data label. Okay. Now here we need to design legends. I mean by designing, I mean like color. because it is not visible. So I think it is looking nice now. Means better. Hope you understood like how we are making this data, right? Based on the 2 year.
Yes.
So if we had like 5-6 years, it would have shown 5-6 years data like this. But if you want to like you want to see only the data of the latest 2 years, then you would have clicked here and you would have like done the filtering on order date year. So you would have selected here top n, then here 2, and then the order date column here. Then it would have shown only the latest 2 years data here. Hope you understood this part, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's go and make the chart. I want you all to try this. Like, both are both the charts are mostly similar. Just here we are using the profit thing. Here we have used the sales thing. So I want you all to try this, and I'll also explain it later. But just try this. No. So at that time, I'm changing this title over here.
Then it is.
It is done.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Everyone, or so we can just copy this and paste it. And just instead of sales, you can use this profit. So you can also change the title over here. Profit by year. Is everyone with me? Like, have we completed all these 6 charts? Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So for me, it is showing minus as profit. It's coming below that lines.
Yeah, for some values we have profit and minus as well. You've seen the Excel, right? So if we see values, like we have values in negative. So it's not a problem to get like less than 0.
Mm.
Because in some cases, like you sell a product and you don't make profit, you make negative. Like if cost price is like less than selling price, you make a loss. So how
Mm.
much loss you have made, that is shown by minus.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a problem here. Now next we go to a very important chart, which is our map. So I'll show you this map, right? Are you able to access map, right? Now the important thing of using this map chart, right? Your column which you are using for this map shouldn't have null values, first thing. And the second thing is like it should have the right name. Like if you're describing like if your spelling of Delhi is wrong, then it won't show you the Delhi map. So the as our first process to before visualization is to make sure our data is clean and the column on which we are making the map shouldn't have null values, and spelling of the each individual places is correct. Uh, so I hope you got this point right. Hello.
Yeah, name should be same and there should not be any null values.
Yeah, name should be correct. Yeah. So now we know like I know like state value state column is not having null values and the spellings are correct. So we can use this state. So you can see, are you able to see this chart?
Can you repeat how did you get?
Yeah, I'll repeat it again. So I'm using this chart, right? Map.
Right.
Okay. Then as I told you, there are 2 points to remember before using the map chart. The column which you are using shouldn't have null values, and the spelling of the each individual place is correct.
Okay.
This should be our first priority before using map chart, because this would have like you can put the state over here or directly to here. So hope you got this chart right.
Yes.
Everyone is with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So basically we got this chart. So you also got these bubbles, right? Over here, everywhere in the place. So I'll show you. Like first select this chart. Then these bubbles you see are of similar sizes, right? It is not big or small anywhere. It is having similar size
Yes.
because we have just indicated these are the places. We haven't given any values here. So see in the fields right here we put the data and see like we have just given the state. So we told the map like these are the places which are there in the data. So map told okay these are the places, I'll point it. So now these bubble size would increase based on the data we put in. So for example if we put sales data right here here. So I put the sales data in the bubble size. So where we are having more sales, the bubble size increased. Where we are having the less sales, bubble size decreased. Got it right?
Yes.
Now someone tells us like, okay, this is fine, but I want to know in each bubble, like in each state here, what is the partition of uh like different categories. So now in the legend thing, right, you can put the different categories. So now if you see in California, technology category has this much sales, office supply has this much sales, furniture has this much sales. You got this right? I have put category in the legend. Legend means having the different segments of your data.
Yes.
Hope you are not just doing it, but also understanding the data as well, like how it can help business, right?
Mm.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So currently in our design, we don't need this, uh, I mean,
Category.
category thing. So what we need in the legend is a region thing. We don't need category. And just put this region. So every different region, right? There are 4 different regions: central, east, south, and west. So
Hmm.
based on the region, the states are divided into 4 parts: central, east, south, and west. So that's why you are seeing a different color for each segment, not like a category wise, because these states are divided on the basis of regions. Hope you understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this map is not looking good with our background, right? We need to change the color as well, because here we see the color is like, which map is looking good, like this one or which we made now? Like this black or this white?
Actually, the one that we made looks better.
Okay, then we can put this, no issues.
It is not syncing with the background.
Yeah, I mean, this is not syncing with the background, or like if we make this black, then it won't sync with the background.
Background is green, so somewhat it is not in sync with background
Yeah,
color.
yeah, okay. So it is based on the individual preference and client requirements. Uh, for map, when you go for styling, right, you have these 5 different options which you can design. The first one is Arial, which is something like this. Then you have a dark, which I used in the previous. Then you have this light thing, then a grayscale, then a road. So based on your, like, which kind of map you like, you can choose it. Here I'm choosing, here is not looking good. Here I'm choosing for me, I'm choosing light, and you can choose like whichever color you want, whichever theme you want. I mean, okay. So it's not a big deal. Like you can change the style whenever you want. Is everyone with me till here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what is our next chart? Our next chart is total returns. So, so total. we all have made that returns column, right? Is everyone with me?
Yep.
Okay, so we can see that returns column. Then now we are using this card. I'm sorry. So remember, like whenever you are choosing the next visual, your cursor shouldn't be like tagged to any visuals. Like for example, I chose card here and this visual is already selected, so it changed that visual to card. So click somewhere where you don't have a visual, then select a card. Okay, I'm selecting a card now. Now what we want here is the total returns. You can put it here as well, wherever you want. So you can see 287 were the total returns which was made. Right? So just you need to change the format. Okay, then somewhat. Just change the color. Okay. Then have a title. Total returns. Yes.
Return it is showing 0, it is.
I mean 0. Go to returns column then and check if the data type is whole number or not.
Okay.
From here, go to the data and then check returns is a whole number or not.
Okay, now I got it. It was text.
Yeah,
Wait.
okay. Now we have made all these charts, right? Can you try again with that number of days, delivery days? I think you need to, like I'm guiding you. You need to click on this transform data again. Click on this transform data. Now you're seeing calendar in front of ship date and order date.
Yes.
Okay. And like you have hyphen instead of backslash right now. Or it is still backslash. Hello. I'm audible.
In my case, it is still backslash.
Okay. I'm not sure like why this is happening, but try here changing it to I mean this order to date here, and then go to transform data. Like here you can change the data type, right? Is it working? Hello.
No, not for me.
Are you able to generate all these charts, like, or
I have joined late, so I have.
okay, yeah, you can try it later. I mean the one it's trying. Okay, we can work with the delivery days later. I'll go through the next chart, which is our slicer. Is everyone with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Let's search for slicer. So here is our slicer. So now we need to make this thing. This central, east, south, west. Okay. So let's choose it has only one field. So we want to put it as region. So this is coming like this. So we can go to slicer settings. Then we want to have a tile instead of vertical list. So here you can copy this format, paste it here, then do some formatting here as well. Background, we want to have like little gray. Values we want to have as white and little more size. Sorry, this was padding. Are you able to follow till here?
Can you just repeat after tile? Or taken
Okay.
tile.
Then you can select this visual. Then go to this was where I've selected the tile. Then here you can go to values to format the whole thing. So I have increased the size of this central east southwest. Then I think this was great. I don't know. Then we don't have to click on border. Then this we have chosen the background of this each tile here. Just that.
My dates are coming in rows, 2 rows center south to and another east west.
So you can
Uh,
resize it, like if I also do
yeah.
so.
Yes. Yes.
So you can off this slicer header to remove that region thing.
Yeah.
If you want to change to have a different color, you can have a different color as well, like for this background. So I want to change the background, right?
Can you please show once again the slicer, how you got these regions?
Okay, so basically I'll show it again. I'm deleting this slicer. First go to this, where is this slicer again? Okay, yeah, here is the slicer.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
select the slicer.
Okay.
Then in field you have to select the region. Where is the region? Go to the region
Okay.
and go to format your visual, then
Mhm.
click on slicer settings, then click on tiles.
Mhm.
Okay, then you can switch off this slicer header, then have font color as white, background color as green, then have this thing. Depends on like size also. You can have format it here. So this is also not a problem. We can have 4 tiles in one row or 2 tiles in a single row. Hope you all got it till here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, because of that delivery days, we are not able to make this thing average delivery days. But I'll tell you, like, I hope this recording would be sent to you. So whenever that get resolved, like you can also make it. So I'll show you like how we can make the average delivery days. So I'll go again to the transform data. Okay. I'll do the same operation which I showed you in the beginning. Custom columns. Delivery days. I'm selecting ship date. Then insert. Then I'm selecting minus order date. Okay, then I'm changing here the data type, which is now it is timestamp. I mean, not timestamp, like Power BI is not identify like which data type is this, so it is providing it any, but we want to change it as whole number. So clear till here, like how I did it. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, close and apply. So now it is updating all the data here. So now again I'll choose a card. So here I'll put where's my delivery days. So by this it is showing like it is total number of delivery days, right? It is summing up the entire number of
Yes.
days.
Yes.
So we don't want this, right?
You
We
want
want
average.
the average. So when you click on this drop down, right, it is showing the different mathematical function which it can apply on your data. So now it is applying sum. We want average. It can also give us minimum, maximum, different number of count distance, count, standard deviation, variance, median. Okay, but what we want? We want
Average.
average. So average is 3.93. So when we say days, right, we don't uh, we don't prefer to be it in decimal. We want it in whole numbers, right? Like when we don't want to be exact like 3.93. When someone is asking what is the average delivery days, it should be in a whole number because the days should be in a whole number, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we need to go to format data, means formatting. Here we choose our data. Here we can't perform any formatting thing, right? For format visually or our data thing, we need to go to format your visual. So now here there is value decimal places. So we don't want any decimal places, right? So if we do that 0 here, so it would come as 4. Okay,
Yes.
hope you understood this one. Now we can switch off this category label, format this thing. I'm sorry, we have formatted the same thing, that's why it is coming as 3.93 again. So we don't want the same format, we want here to be 0. Okay, then we need to have a title here. So we are adding a title, average delivery is spelling is wrong. Hope you got this right. Means idea like how we are
Yeah.
making it. Now we want to have a title. For having a title, like here you can click on this text box, right? So is superstore store sales data. Okay, so for editing this title you don't have to go somewhere, like all the things are available here. If you want to make it bold, it is very simple, like click on this. Then click on bold here. If you want to increase the size here, I'll put 20. Then if you want to have some colors over here, you can take any of the colors. For now I'm taking it as orange. Then,
The title box from your record.
text box.
Okay.
This superstore data. I'll copy this format and paste it here as well to have a same background. And we don't want any shadows, visual border. We want to make it as off. So hope it is clear, right?
Yeah.
I think most of the charts we were able to make, except this one, right?
Yes.
So hope it was a knowledgeable session to you all.
Yes. On the
And
contrary, that I I found it is like it's easy to grasp.
yeah, so here you can see your chart is performing well from here also. Like if you click on central here, right? Your data is connected. All the data which is connected to central, it is showing. Like total returns from central is 31 and average delivery days is 4 for central, and the data is performing for that. If you select for south, so it is showing the regions of south, then total returns, then average delivery days. Then if you click for west, it is going to west and giving you data of the west, then east, then it is going to east and giving you the data of the east. Any doubt, any questions?
Yes, like as you said, you are a developer,
Yeah,
Python developer, and this Power BI developer.
yeah,
My question was related to the use of this particular tool from business analyst point of view, where he would use it, and whether he does it or whether this task is then, like given to someone else, like special Power BI developer.
yeah. As a part of business analyst, right? The first thing is like you have to have like what is the the data about like business, like which data is important for business, which is not important for business, how to read the data, and which are the essential data points which we have to visualize. So having the idea of Power BI, right? You would have the like knowledge like, yeah, this data is important, we have to build this chart on this. And if you are building the chart, then it is also helpful, or if you are telling someone to build the chart, it is also helpful, because you in the back of the mind you are having the knowledge of different charts and the different visualization which is possible through Power BI, right? So basically having the knowledge of Power BI and doing some hands-on, right, you can also explore the different edge cases of the data. Like here we are performing well, here we are not performing well. So as a business analyst, your role is to give the best decision which is required for business to growth and to make profit, right? So first thing is like you have to have the knowledge to how to read the data, which data is essential for you, which data is like very important for our growth, and what kind of visualization we could make so that business people can understand easily and make decision easily. So that's why visualization tool is very important to learn as a business analyst or as a Power BI developer as well.
Okay.
So, Kunal, to add to Pawan's point, so ideally as a BA, we basically use this visualization tools like whether it is Tableau or Power BI, ideally for this MIS reporting or internal reportings to the business. So you have to have a good understanding of the data first of all. Then you need to understand like as you have seen, like we have created few customized tables, right? Which is not exactly present like in the data as we receive it from whether from the developer or like from the database team. So we but we know like okay, by applying few like a few basic arithmetical functions or like by logical functions, we can arrive to some info some data, or like and we can store it in one in the form of like a column or like in a customized column form. So that kind of understanding you should have. You should know how to interpret the data. You should know how to read the data. This and the last part is like, since Power BI and Tableau, they have a very good this thing like feature of like presenting your data in the form of like a chart or like in a visual form. So this is one kind of like an added advantage, or you can say it is like a kind of perk that is we have it. Like you can aggregate the data as per the need of the business, and you can present it to them. So this basically helps us to like present our story to the business, so that story to the business, or like to any of the team, so that a well informed decision is taken. So these are the like tools. Ideally it is used for internal reportings and all. For external reportings and for other things, there are different kinds of tools which is used within the organization. Those are like I mean like it could be like they can either create their own tool. Like they can like go for like development of the tool, or like they can buy it from the market, they can purchase it from the market, and you have to learn that tool. Those are like specialized tools. Okay, these are like kind of like generic tools that we use it. I mean like whether it is Excel, this thing Excel within Excel you have this pivot chart and all. So it is, I mean like these are kind of like the advanced version of those pivot charts and other things.
Like my follow-up question was like, when does this BA use this particular tool? Like, is it is like
For for like data analysis and all, during the data analysis, or if you have to create any reports. So it is see, all these things are like a kind of requirements that we have to capture. If suppose there is a business requirement wherein like you have to create a report, and you have to come up with the dashboard of that report. So then you have to create a dashboard. You have to you have to provide these kinds of requirements to your developers to like create a dashboard. I mean, like
okay.
this is like a kind of like a very simple, but actually like when you're dealing with 200 300 columns, or like more than more than 10 million 10 lakh data 10 lakh rows and all those things, then it actually gets difficult to like, it's not that simple. So you need a specialized developer to provide you the formulas and all, and who can like build up that customized rows, or customized row, or like come up with the fact tables and all. So we need developers under those.
Actually, when we talk about, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, it is.
So basically, when you go to this get data tab, right? So currently, to get a data from a real time also, we do some analytics on the top of it, right? So
Yeah.
currently we are working, like I am working on the Bloomberg thing. So Bloomberg is like a financial data which we have to show to the like our clients, right?
Yes.
So here you can see Bloomberg. So here Bloomberg data and analytics. So we get the real time data from this. So I don't have the like access now to like log in here, but I can show you. Like here we write the BQL is Bloomberg query language, and we get the real time data. Like every second data gets updated. So to get the real time data, actually we don't have the like for me we don't have the source right now, but I can show you the connectors which we use for real time data. So basically, one of them is Bloomberg, and other is like which we are using is Azure Synapse. So this Azure Synapse Analytics. So basically, I can't show you the example right now, but these are the connectors which we use for the real time. One of which I use basically.
Okay.
One of them is Bloomberg, and another is Azure Synapse Analytics. So basically, like these, the Power BI desktop, right, which we are using is a free version. So when you are working for an organization, they give you the paid version. So it has more features and you can perform the real-time analysis on that, and it means it is helpful for you to perform. But on the free version, like, it is very difficult to work on the real-time data analysis. So
Thank you for completing the learning and contact with us for any of your training requirements.